I found that there were some things that were going to cause us problems later on. So I've uh, basically compartmentalized a lot of the models so that we now have now have a number of different applications that instead of putting all of the models into the project folder, which is not really a Django thing. So three major things that I've done is, or maybe a few more. I've gotten rid of pipenv in preference for requirements.txt file. I don't think this will cause problems because we're building these things inside containers, so that we shouldn't really have to worry about different operating systems. But we can go back to pipenv if you want. I just found it slow for development. Also, I've implemented a PostGIS server instead of the Postgres server, because if we're not going to use PostGIS, there's not really much point using Postgres. We've got a location here. PostGIS gives us a whole bunch of different GIS tools so that we can actually do filters based on location and things like that. Also, the location is stored more accurately. I've got rid of the abstract user model because that really will cause us big issues all the way along the line. It has in the past, and there's no real need to get rid of the Django user model. If we want to use emails for people to log in, we can stuff that into the username, and any extra fields can be put inside a profile, which is what I've done. So I've changed a couple of things with a Docker container. If I do, I've got the front end running here. If I do a Docker compose up, it's already built. What I've done is I don't actually run the application in the Docker container, but I leave it so that I can actually open a shell. So if I do a Docker PS now, we can see that the edumap backend is here. And I can do a docker exec -it bash, and from here I've also written a shell script for the run server command, because this really allows me to, it basically sets the permissions on any files that are created to, it sets the user and group to me, so that I can actually edit them and manipulate them and stuff, and also it runs the correct run server command. So if we run server now, we can see that in the edumap admin, I've included a Grappelli, which is a little nicer here to look at, and you can see here that all of the different models are basically compartmentalized into different applications. Now we can swap these around if we want. That's not really an issue. There's no data in it yet. I can do pretty well whatever you want, but this means now that we don't have to worry about all of the extra work that was being done every time the application was loaded to work out whether or not there was migrations that needed to be done. That should be done really by the continuous integration server. So the users now is the Django user model, but that doesn't stop you from creating teachers and having the teacher based on the user class. So it's still superclasses user, but it's superclasses a Django user. There are no real issues with this. At the moment, the password isn't getting hashed correctly, but I can fix that. But you have all of the fields there. And you can edit it from the Django admin front end as well. So everything you can see on the Django admin front end now. Before I had a lot of issues trying to create to see the models in Django admin. I've basically fixed all of the I've reprogrammed all of the important endpoints so that the health check works and the serializers work. So this for instance is the teacher view instance, and as you can see, using the profile really makes no difference to actually swapping out the Django user model. This seems to work fine with the React application that's written. I'll just quickly put that up on the screen here. If we start up React now, everything seems to be loading okay. And I went through and actually made sure that all of the view sets were created correctly. The only thing that isn't working at the moment is the map that I can see. I mean, there's going to be other things there as well. And if we create a program, all of the information is there as it was before. Look, if you guys could have a look at this, it would be good to use this as the development progresses, because now I know how it works. Whereas before it was all a bit of a mystery, because there was a lot of other stuff going on in the background. So look, I hope that works well for us, and I'll talk to you on Monday about it.